Salutations, world. This is the Q&A number 4. Next up, five time. This is 4 time though.
Yeah, this is number 4.
So this is Jake and Justin, and we're on a couch.
That's true. Right behind a Duke or in front of a Duke poster.
Yep.
And the first question comes from Orton's straight brother. Makes sense. You think a heel will ever win an I Quit match clean? Not the way they book heels right now, because if you're a heel now, you either bitch and 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 bitch, as CM Punk told us on SmackDown in reference to Christian, or you can't win clean or anything. So I can't see them. What is an I Quit match clean? Like there's no such thing because there's no rules. So if you had 8 guys beat the shit out of a guy, it's still clean. Book it.
Okay, I'm gonna play. I don't think it's ever going to happen. I don't think it's gonna happen in the next 5 years because ever is a long time. For the next 5 years, we won't see it. But the only way I could conceive it happening is if they have a Mark Henry like dominant heel, throw somebody off of something, and they can't respond, and that's technically them quitting. I don't think a face will ever say I quit in a match with what a heel's doing. So that's my answer. I'm sticking to it.
My answer I'm sticking to is any win is clean and I Quit match, so yes, it will happen. Ever. Next question comes from DM030394. Why does Jake like to make fun of my name?
Because DM030393 was taken. It's just I like to make fun of the whole numbered names at the end. I'm sure your number has some meaning to it, but I like to say
there's a lot of numbers in this one, so
yeah. So I'm gonna make fun of all your guys' numbers because unless your number is area code, zip code. If you roll the zip code in there and you're not from 90210, you are fucking hood.
It could be. It's 30394.
Yeah.
So you might have to eat your words. Tell us what the number stands for, if anything.
Yeah.
Or he will look like an idiot.
Yeah, it could be DMO and then your area code and your zip code, and I'm cool with that.
Downtown Missouri 30394. Let's hope that's what it stands for.
Yeah.
And second question, favorite wrestling moment ever. We've had questions close to this. I don't know if we've ever had this exact one, but
I think to answer this question, let's limit it to actual stuff that's happened in the ring, like wrestling moves, like people getting thrown off, stuff like Mankind getting thrown off the cell and stuff like that. So I mean, we can talk about entrances and big time stuff and all that stuff, but like favorite whoa moment.
CM Punk winning Money in the Bank 2011. I've never freaked out that much over anything in my life. He's a witness.
He was jumping up and down and spinning around.
I did a spin-a-rooney in the kitchen.
It was dangerous.
It's true.
One of the most dangerous things I've ever seen.
And it made it even funnier that my 12-year-old cousin was like almost in tears on the other couch because Cena lost. Cena doesn't lose.
Cena doesn't lose.
I'm going with that. Even though it was recent, I don't care. I don't remember freaking out that much ever.
Yeah. Hard to argue against that. I'm gonna say when Shane O'Mac got thrown off of the huge thing by Steve Blackman.
He
awesome.
said, "We're
Shane O'Mac."
All right.
Shane O'Mac took some spots.
I love that guy. He just come back.
Yeah.
CK Randall 74 because CK Randall 73 was
taken.
Right.
Ooh, I love that joke.
Who is the most underrated wrestler or the biggest jobber you've ever been a fan of? For example, if you've always wanted them to get pushed and they never got it.
I was a big Juventud Guerrero fan.
Oh yeah, that's what you said last time.
I love Juventud.
Did he ever get? I don't even. I honestly.
He got the cruiserweight title once or twice. That was more near the end when WCW was on the way down. He didn't really get picked up by WWE. I feel like Juventud could have been bigger, man.
I don't know shit about Juventud Guerrera, so I'll believe it.
All right.
That's hard because, well, if you listen to half people on the internet, the most underrated wrestler right now is Dolph Ziggler. I don't know why you guys don't like Dolph Ziggler. Schleg Daddy.
So I'm taking Juventud for the early part of the decade, and then let's see. From a WWF perspective, I don't know. It's tough because they're showing a lot of those guys out there. You know, I was weird because I was a Gangrel fan. same time,
I think we were all Gangrel fans. The Brood? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, Gangrel didn't do a whole lot of moves.
That's true. It might be Gangrel. Might be my favorite underrated wrestler. Not that he was good at all, but I was scared shitless as a kid.
Yeah.
I was like, ah.
Yeah.
Every time the lights would go off, they come back, everyone's just blood all over. I'd be like, that guy's a vampire.
Yeah.
I was scared of Gangrel. The Brood theme song and entrance is still creepy.
When you say that's how you know somebody. I mean, Gangrel he didn't win a title ever, did he?
I
highly doubt it.
He might have because he was the head of that. But,
I feel like they won the tag belts a couple times, but he never won.
Yeah, it depends on what your definition of a push is, because most time a push is when you go on to like big things, not the tag team belts. But
yeah, but everyone knew who Gangrel was. People we talk about today still know who Gangrel is.
Oh yeah, Gangrel for the win.
Gangrel Juventud Guerrera.
Next question has no numbers in it. From Brad Tragic, thanks for your name. Favorite WCW moment? He's more of a WCW guy, so mine is Hogan turning heel, because that's really all that ever stood out to me in WCW, because I didn't watch it all that much, because I was a WWF guy. So I'm going to go with, he's the third man. He leg dropped him. Because that is what saved WCW until they screwed up later.
I'm going to go with, that one's going to be it, but I'm going to throw a couple more out there. Their old War Games matches were awesome. So they had the two rings next to each other inside of a cage, inside the Hell in a Cell. Very awesome. Sting coming out from the rafters always was huge. That kind of sucked. When he came down from a helicopter on an outdoor show or Bash at the Beach or something like that, that was pretty cool. Yeah.
It's like to hear.
Yeah, Sting. There was a lot of good Sting moments. Let's just roll with that.
All right.
I mean, the biggest thing we talk about WCW was he's the third man. That was the biggest part, because WCW on the way up before was typical booking and all that stuff, and they had the whole Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, and that was the top part. That was the penultimate. Yeah, that was the top part. I don't really want to say penultimate because I feel like
smaller words.
Yeah. Anyways, yep. Let's go with that.
And why did Ron Simmons never get over? Damn. I'm gonna say he did get over because
we still say
damn was the name of my fantasy basketball team last season. So he's over to us. I don't know what you're talking about, sir.
Ron Simmons. It's really definition of over. I like him. I see how he wanted me to say damn, and I still mark out every time he says it.
Damn. 8 minutes before Raw, we already have an in-shot segment. I like it.
Never before, never again.
All right. I don't know. Why he's over to us. Yep. Nugnuts 15. Why?
Because Nugnuts 14 was taken.
First, how would you book Orton going heel? I think you should lay out Taker at Mania, have Taker beat Barrett or someone at Mania to go 20-0, and then have Orton come out and punt his ass in retirement. Is that gangsta or what? That's damn gangsta.
That's freaking awesome.
If
that happens,
honestly, how else would you turn Orton heel? Like, what would he do differently now than he would have as a heel? Punt John Cena?
Yeah.
Half people would be like, hell yeah. The only way to turn him full heel is to do some shit to the Undertaker. Everyone loves the Undertaker.
Yeah, have him punt Zack Ryder. We'd be all, fuck him, man.
I'd be like, dope. Kick that headband off his head. But yeah, there's not a lot of people that you can turn Orton heel on, because
he kind of acts like it already.
Yeah, he does. Most of the stuff, he'd act the exact same. He'd just be doing it on different people. So it's. But I'm gonna go with your idea. That'd be pretty dope. Undertaker's just chilling, 20-0. Pop!
I feel like that is beat.
You know how pissed people would be?
We'd be furious.
I don't know if I'd be furious. I'd be like, that's the dopest thing I've ever seen. He's punted the Undertaker, and the Undertaker's gone.
I'd be saying, you're gonna be there. So you'd probably.
Oh yeah, I'll be there. WrestleMania tickets purchased.
Yep. So
they're up there.
You'll probably go, oh.
I'd be the witness. I'd be the one guy just cheering. Yeah.
I think you get caught up in it, man. I feel like if everyone's booing because somebody punted the Undertaker, I feel like you get involved in that. Maybe. I don't know how. Yeah, never mind. Yeah,
they also said that. My mom also said that at the Lions game when 13,000 people were freaking out, saying F you, F you, F you, I'd turn and not support the Falcons. But did I stand up every time and say first down, fuck you? Yeah, I did. Know your role back there. All right, next question. Do you think The Undertaker will return at Survivor Series, hopefully to address the whole Nexus thing? I hope so, because maybe he knows something we don't.
Hopefully he's pissed at Barrett. Tombstone's Barrett at Survivor Series.
To set up the WrestleMania match. And then Orton will punt him in the head. I feel like this guy has a whole storyline already laid out. I like this guy. This guy's a deep thinker.
I do.
Or girl. I don't know. We'll call you a guy. Cause
what was the name?
Nugnuts15.
If Nugnuts15's a girl,
let's get married. Anyways, that's about. Yeah, I don't know. He could. They're hyping it up on WWE.com. Like, when will he return? Because his debut is at Survivor Series. You never know.
Is that the God?
I'd be surprised.
Because you can't have him come out until the end of the show, and there's no way to end the show
with the 5-on-5 or interrupting The Rock, because it wouldn't make any sense. Unless they're going to do the R-Truth versus Undertaker WrestleMania. You know, I'll hope we're not.
The Truth.
Awesome Truth versus Undertaker.
Handicap tag match.
Elimination
style.
Do you think Cena will turn on The Rock at Survivor Series? It doesn't look like The Miz and R-Truth are a threat to Cena at all, so maybe that's why Rock is involved in this shit.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't know. I mean,
I feel like it's almost too late out. They'll probably try to swerve it.
Russo swerve.
Well, I mean, the thing is, though, isn't The Rock filming another movie? So.
Yeah, I think he's doing like Fast 6 or whatever. I don't know what it's called, but I know they're doing Fast and Furious 6.
Yeah, probably something like that. So I feel like if you have seen a turn, you are risking a whole lot. You're putting a lot into CM Punk, because that makes CM Punk the sole face of Raw, which is your main show.
I want that.
I wouldn't mind it, but the thing is, we wouldn't mind it, but it's not our money on the line.
Don't use my line.
Alright.
You always want to change everything. I always have to set you in line. Like, hey, we're just two broke dudes that eat pizza. It's true.
It is true.
So yeah, I mean, I don't see. It's like if they could do like a short-term heel turn, because Cena's gonna be a heel at WrestleMania.
His shirt says "Rise Above Hate."
Yeah, he's going into The Rock's hometown. People like The Rock more than Cena to begin with, so he's gonna be the heel of the match unless The Rock turns heel, but no one's gonna care.
He was the heel of the match at Money in the Bank, and it worked out great.
Yeah, that's exactly. I already answered this question, but when Justin was in Detroit, you were at the Lions game. Yes.
Tell me the other game you went to.
Oh, I also went to Michigan State, Wisconsin. If you don't know which game that is, it was the same week, the day before, the one that ended on a Hail Mary by Michigan State won. Everyone was going crazy, and I'm just sitting there like in a Virginia Tech shirt going, this is pretty freaking crazy. So that was cool. That was a good weekend. And then Vengeance was that Sunday, and Vengeance was good. So I was just going nuts. It was in the middle of the World Series. Man. Yeah, but yes, I was at the game. I have my pin from the game over there. If you don't believe me, I have pictures on Twitter. I will post it on the Tree of Woe Show Twitter. Who knows? And how would you book Punk for Mania?
Punk Daniel Bryan, 30-minute Iron Man match. Most pinfalls wins.
That's usually what an Iron Man match is.
Well, I'm saying most pinfalls. I don't want any submission moves, man. I want to see.
You don't want Daniel Bryan to do any submission moves.
No, I want to see.
The only thing you like Daniel Bryan for is submission moves.
I like him for the entire moveset, man. I want that to be the stipulation so we can get Punk heel again. It's like, hey, yeah, I'll wrestle you at WrestleMania, but you ain't doing any submission moves in this Iron Man match, player. I always feel like Iron Man matches can't really have submission. I feel like when they have submission in there, it kind of like if you can hold in there and they're gonna tap, why would you ever let go? I'd get 18 million falls to like hold the sharpshooter in there.
Because they have to reset it. Once the fall happens, they back up and you go.
Oh well, do you lose a point if you were to continue in the sharpshooter?
You can lose by DQ.
Oh,
I think. I don't know. You can on the video game. The video it says on the back of the video game. If it's on TV, it's in the game. So I'm going off WWE.
But that doesn't mean if it's in the game, it's on TV.
Mind blown.
Mind blown.
I don't know how I'd book him, but I'd have him definitely in. It depends. I don't know. Depends on what if Jericho would come back and work with him. I think that would be bigger than him being like a title match against Del Rio. So if you could get a guy like Jericho to come back, then do that. But if like there's no one to come back, have him in the title against someone and have him retain or do it. Just make it seem like he's a big deal. Don't half-ass it like they have been. Where they're like, oh, he's so hot right now. Oh, he's just gonna job and be an advance of a storyline of Del Rio Cena. I don't know. So that's yeah. But that's it for this Q&A. Raw's about to start, and I don't miss The Rock.
Yes, man.
Subscribe up here, like over here, over here, and comment down there for Q&A 5. Take care, spike your hair. Raw's about to get rocked.
Or cut your hair off and line it up all cool. Actually, not spike it. Spike your hair.
Spike your hair.
Spike your hair. Tyson Kidd, spike your hair.
Now that we've got our obligatory Jake talks about nonsense at the end of the video, we're out of here.
Isn't it weird?